Now, maybe you're one of these players, but there is a portion of the Warframe player base that just loves running with sidearms just for their ability to apply status effects, not so much for the damage, just so that you can melt enemies with a condition overload melee weapon, basically apply and slice. Preferably the glaive or the insanely powerful Redeemer Prime. Basically the sidearm you take with you just to add as many status effects as possible to ramp up condition overload's bonus damage. So stack it and smack it. Poet didn't know it. Basically weapons like the Zacti, you know what I mean, with the glaive or with the Redeemer. Now Falcha, how you all doing? The new Sentient Corpus Hybrid Sidearm that came with the Jovian Concord update, the Cyanex or the Cyanex, is another one of those weapons that is really good when you use it in combination with a powerful condition overload setup. It has a really high status chance, which is exactly what you want. Really bad ammo economy, slow reload speed, can deal self-damage which will get you killed, and its damage model is pretty much on the low side as well. I know right well some of you are going, wait a minute, wait, what? Why the fuck would we use this thing then, Potato? It sounds terrible. Now its damage isn't really that bad, but it is only suited to mid-level enemies until you add in that melee weapon. That's what will be doing most of the killing for you. Now it is however a really fun weapon to run with for applying those status effects because its bullets seek enemies out. It has got homing projectiles. You don't actually have to aim with this sidearm. Now the Cyanex is an Energy Lab weapon from your clan dojo and it requires Mastery rank 8. It has two separate fire modes. Default mode, which fires those homing projectiles that seek enemies out and deal impact and gas damage. Yes, impact damage. So feckin' perfect for nailing Corpus, and the projectiles drop a gas cloud in a 1 meter radius around where they impact, which like I said can deal self damage, and if you're too close can straight up kill you. I mean, I don't think I'm really selling this weapon too well, am I? Now, the bullets will bounce off surfaces, so you can try and trick shot around corners or off walls to get enemies behind cover because those bullets will still home in on enemies. So I've been aiming just slightly above enemies' heads, which works really good. And the default fire mode is the one that applies the status effects. Now the alt fire mode works in the same way that the Pandero's alt fire works, where it basically drains all of the bullets left in your magazine in one go. Now when you use the alt fire mode with the Cyanex, it will change damage types, so it will switch from being an impact and gas weapon to being a puncture, impact and slash weapon, with slash being the highest out of the 3 IPS types. Now it will also gain a very small amount of punch through on the alternate fire, and it will have next to no recoil whatsoever. But again, damage is just moderate, and because you've just emptied your complete magazine and it has got a slow reload time, basically you're going to spend a lot of time just reloading and not dealing a lot of damage. Now I'm sure, like a lot of you and a lot of players within the community, I think the primary fire mode for this weapon is where a lot of players will use it, not so much for that secondary fire. Now I guess you could, if you really wanted to, you could apply the gas cloud proc from the primary fire mode and whatever other status effects you've modded for, then switch to your alt fire mode and drain the remaining bullets out of your magazine in order to put on maybe slash damage as well, so that your melee weapon would deal that little bit more damage. But that's a lot of hassle to go through, and then you're left back reloading again. Now I don't really see myself using the alt fire mode too much with the Cyanex. The default fire mode with the Redeemer Prime or with a glaive is just too bloody nice on its own without having to drain the bullets from my magazine, especially since the alt fire mode doesn't apply that gas proc, it just does impact, puncture and slash. Now as far as modding my Cyanex goes, it's worth noting that it has got a neutral riven disposition since it was just added with the Jovian Concord update, and I went ahead and put 4 Forma on mine. Now if you don't enjoy the glaive pistol combo or the Redeemer Prime combo with a status applying sidearm, then this weapon will definitely not be for you. So it's basically just mastery fodder for you, so there's no point in putting any Forma on it. But I went ahead and modded mine for viral and of course heat as well. Now you've already got the gas on there, so you've got gas, viral and heat, as well as the impact, so you have a lot of status effects to put on enemies. Of course if you wanted to switch that to corrosive or whatever, then that's entirely up to you. Viral of course is going to half your enemy's health, which with the help of the Redeemer or with the glaive will mean you will kill them a lot faster. Now, that's just my build, of course. Switch out whatever the hell you want. Put a Riven in, put another elemental mod in, put an angry cat in. I don't really care. You do you. This is my build. Do me a huge favour, let me know what you think of the Cyanex, whether you like this type of a setup or not, whether it's simply just mastery fodder for you. Do me a huge favour and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. And as always, thanks so much for watching.